Hello and welcome back to my Let's Challenge of Final Fantasy XIII. In the last episode we started this Let's Challenge and we got our first life and we made our way through the start of this chapter 1, which is all about the hanging edge. And obviously we've got lots of sort of little side characters we can talk to here. Victims of the Purge. So we're here with Snow, the second of our main playable characters that we can actually play as the lead character, the leader, as it were, leader of our teams. So yeah, you can talk. You can sort of walk by all these people. They all give sort of little snippets as to the trouble that's going on around here. But you make your way over for another cutscene.
Take a nap.
Really? Can I?
Sure. And when we're taking a dirt nap, you can save them all.
No, that's even worse.
No dirt naps today. We're all in this together. Our enemies, the Cocoon Sanctum. The dreaded Psychom, no less.
What's the dread? Psychom's nothing but a whole bunch of bluster and bullying. They've got nothing on Nora.
Well, we are the heroes after all.
Huh? Let's prove it.
Yeah.
So in this next section, we're lucky enough to have two allies with us, being Godot and Lebro. Lebro being the female, Godot being the guy. Lebro is really useful. She will heal us up if you get slightly low on health. And Godot is also very helpful. His gun does a hell of a load of damage. So obviously Snow at the moment is just sort of using his fists, as Snow does. But the important thing to know about him is that his weapon is actually his trench coat. And it obviously infuses his ability to do something, well, to sort of hit harder. Anyway, so these battles go quite a lot faster, to be honest, because with the help of 3, everyone hits harder, and yeah, this certainly isn't a hard section. As you can see, Snow's secondary sort of like his dual fire to hit multiple enemies at once is a hand grenade, and that's pretty helpful. It's got good range, and it does a lot of damage. Probably does slightly more damage than if it was Blitz, which is really useful to be honest.
No more.
There are soldiers everywhere.
Yo, boss. What's the plan? Charge in, guns blazing.
Hey, that's not a plan.
Real heroes don't need plans.
So you can see this whole group is a bit hero-orientated. Bit of a complex, but anyway. So yeah, we want to aim again at the Wardens. As we have been before. It's been a while since I've actually played this. I'm just a little bit off speed. Getting back to abilities and selecting attack and all that sort of stuff. It's been a while since I played this game, but anyway, yeah. This won't be a difficult battle. And the really useful thing about Godot is also his weapon really staggers enemies very quickly as well, which is always a good thing. Always a good thing.
Hit 'em hard, hit 'em again. You're the only hope these people have.
So, Warden. Nice, okay. to take out this Enforcer, and then we've just got the last Pantheron. Thank you, LeBright. Thank you very much. No idea why Godot sort of hangs around, like, you know, sort of walks around like a monkey. Certainly in battle, at least. These guys, you obviously don't know their health and stuff like that. Indeed, you can't actually, if we go to here, you can't actually learn much about these guys at all. If you can hear that, that's the game telling me I can't select them as a...
Don't you kids go follow behind now.
Can't select them to see what sort of items they've got. But anyway, again, we want to attack the Wardens. Nice. That's worked out well. Yes, nice. Goodbye. So making nice progress through this little section again. Like I said, having a full party is makes things a lot easier.
You all okay? Hey, careful with those. Don't worry. No one's moving to Pulse today. We'll clear you a path out of here, so be ready
Wait, let me fight with you. You can't expect us to just sit here.
No.
Yep. Please, let us help.
Okay then. Volunteers front and center.
Here, take this one. Here you go. And one for you.
Count me in.
Here's yours. Take care now. Mom? Don't worry. Huh?
So I just
Let's
yeah,
say-
yeah, feels good.
Yeah, nice.
Can you show me again?
You got it.
That's how it works.
You sure?
Yeah. Moms are tough.
Right.
It's the last one, boss.
All right, last one. Somebody take it.
Yeah.
Push comes to shove. Keep him safe.
First impression of snow? All
Oh. All right, lay low and you'll be fine. We'll clear out the area.
We're going home together!
Come on! Everybody up!
Right. New recruits, on me!
Come on.
Time to go, kiddo.
So there we have the first introduction to a few new characters there.
You hear me?
Namely, obviously, Vanille being one of them that you've got to obviously probably know about. She's the somewhat, almost like the narrator in many ways. You can sort of tell. You can tell that she's important when, you know, she's the first voice you hear in the actual whole game. But anyway, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to continue on here.
Don't want to make their job any easier.
take out this warden. The bro should take this one out. There we go. Lovely. And down goes another enforcer.
Bro, back us up.
Alright, let's shit.
Fortunately, Godot missed there because Lebro took out the red he was just about to take out. But anyway. That should be hurt a lot. $16. Normally I take out the other guy, but I just want to see how much this can do. As an illustration of Lebro's ability to heal. And down goes the Pantheron, nice and simple. So is the brightness about right? What we do with the units a little bit brighter. But anyway.
Mobilize beta force. Put down the resistance.
Heroes don't run from fights.
So here we go, the boss of the first boss of the snow section, and it is this beta behemoth. Let's just see. You really want to attack. Attack is better here than hand grenade, usually. I just want to see. Just because hand grenade can obviously miss, and that can be really awkward. Yeah, attack is better. So that hand grenade did 57. This one's going to do, yeah, we can do 42 in each. Although obviously our stagger gauge was slightly higher on the attacks. But anyway. Anyway. So yeah, this one is even simpler than the ones with lightning and sass, because obviously, as I've said before, Lebro does do a great job of healing us up, making sure that we're nice and healthy, and yeah, there's really no threat here. You'll be able to actually see that just in the numbers that the damage that you're doing, the damage does increase even with, even though we're not snaggering this guy. We are slowly doing more and more damage each turn as the stagger gauge gets a bit larger and larger. So obviously this guy is a behemoth. Obviously, you know, a word now pretty commonly used meaning a huge or monstrous creature. See also an adjective. A pretty apt description for one of these guys. We see lots of these behemoth style enemies later on that sort of seem to take their inspiration from some wild creatures that we'll see later on. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
I told you, didn't I? Moms are tough.
So things are looking pretty dire for the Resistance, as we're going to be able to save game.
It's an out-and-out massacre. Most people won't even live long enough to die on Pulse.
That was the idea.
What?
Sanctum logic. They conjured up the Purge to eliminate a threat. I mean, why carry the danger all the way to Pulse? Why not just stamp it out here? Execution masquerading as exile. That's all the Purge ever was.
Relocation to Pulse. How does the government get away with pulling crap like that? And you knew this was gonna happen?
The Purge was XIII. Private Sanctum troops, not the Guardian Corps.
XIII, Guardian Corps. Soldiers are soldiers, aren't they? Pulse File C and Nilla C are enemies of the state. Tell a soldier to kill an enemy, and you really think it's gonna matter what uniform he's wearing?
Might have mattered to that one. Couldn't shoot. Got himself shot instead.
How about you? Order say shoot, you pull the trigger? Fine. Forget I asked.
Wait. What?
So we have our next enemy, a Myrmidon, and so this guy, you would almost definitely need to use a potion on in an actual normal speed. So this is actually a relative, probably the first battle which you can definitely lose. You can choose to attack either Lightning or Saz. It sort of varies pretty randomly as to which one he actually chooses. Obviously, we just want to get into the point where he's staggered. There, you can see he's staggered at 110. And each of our hits is knocking up by about 0.5. So it shouldn't be too much longer now. Just wanted to heal up once more. Obviously, we have a Phoenix down. The Phoenix down that we have, that's allows us to essentially revive a fallen ally. So the beauty of staggering an enemy is that it means that your attacks will now interrupt theirs. So they'll try and attack you, but your attacks will interrupt theirs, and indeed we should take this guy out this turn. There we go, down he goes. So yeah, but yeah, no, just the first sort of I think the only time I've actually had that one where I didn't need to heal was he randomly swapped his target focus from one character to the next, really just randomly. But anyway, we have more cutscenes.
So,
Just what you were looking for.
yeah. Right in there.
The Pulse File C.
You'll be okay.
Mom.
Wait!
You said it made you happy when I smiled, didn't you? But really, I was afraid. I was always afraid.
So, how do you figure that post-foul seed is different from the sanctums? All things being equal, I just as soon keep one.
Time to jump.
Yeah. Hey, hey! Hey! Hang on! What the? Hey! Damn. She can do it, so can we. Come on.
What about the others? They didn't die. They couldn't have died.
Of course not.
Hey, get a grip, man. What's wrong with you?
That's me.
Get him home. Get who home?
Toss me that.
Catch.
What are you doing? So what are you afraid of, huh? You're supposed to be the hero. She's waiting there, ain't she? Your lovely bride-to-be? Isn't it about time you picked her up?
Yeah. There's our ride.
Now you're talking.
So here we have the final bit of Chapter 1. Now, I always have a bone to pick with these cutscenes. I mean, for one, I know a lot of people get frustrated when they obviously know that the mother who falls, she obviously dies in this fall, but Snow can randomly survive. But then again, he does have his magical trench coat of amazing abilities. And also, the thing to always remember about this area is that the flora is always moving, and we're actually going to change weapon, as you can see here, because the wild bear increases our strength, and strength is the only thing that's important at the moment. We don't need to worry about magic at all. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, the floor, the ground below is always moving, because a lot of this section is moving. So potentially he fell onto something that was slightly higher, or you know, didn't fall quite as far. Anyway, now we don't have LeBro with us, and that actually makes these battles slightly more dangerous, especially these aerial recons, and there's lots of them in this fight, as you can see. We do want Godot here to actually give us a bit of a hand with a lot of this. But thankfully everyone's staying nicely grouped together. But yeah, Missile Burst does a lot. And whilst you don't usually need to worry about Godot being killed, I don't think I've ever had it happen. I think I've had it come close, but he's never actually gotten killed. But yeah, no, the other thing I find annoying about the cutscene is, because obviously, like I was just saying, that the floor is always moving. So surely if it's always moving, Saz is not going to land exactly where lightning did. And yeah, that just irks me slightly, but anyway. We'll get through that battle, nice and simple. No idea why we got 5 stars for that battle, but anyway.
Don't go rushing in on your own.
Right, another little item. All of these, the items around here, I mean, even like 100 gil is absolutely nothing compared to what we're actually going to be getting in later stages in this game. The scaling is pretty ridiculous. Anyway.
I want every weapon ready to fire. Stay sharp.
All right, on my go.
Right.
In we go, classic snow, all guns blazing. One final battle here, take out a warden, take out some enforcers. Should not be any trouble really for us. And then we should be pretty much done with chapter 1, which would be really good. Can we take him out? Can we take him out? Yes we can, good. Beautiful, there we go. And that's the last bit of action with Snow for a while, as we're going to be able to reach these Velacycles. Is there anything behind us? I don't think so. No. Other than that, so that'll be it.
That's a sad sound. Where's the soul?
Hey, Godot.
Yeah?
If you don't know who you gotta save, you just protect them all, right?
Something on your mind? You got plenty of time for thinking on the way, hero.
Yeah.
Ready!
Hey, it's us. It's us.
Don't shoot.
Snow!
Since when do you care about kids?
Pay before I fight.
Okay.
Hey, Snow! You made it.
Hey, you. What's up?
Hey.
You really managed to use that thing?
I think I'm done.
You're done when we are.
Ow, what is it?
That's the one.
Didn't you have something to tell him?
Yeah,
All right then.
but
I'll go with you.
what?
Oh, you have no idea what it was like. Oh,
Everyone safe?
The army's no match for Nora.
I meant the kids.
well,
All accounted for.
Okay. Let's keep it that way, all right? I'll swing by the vestige. Keep the kids out of trouble.
You got it. Say hi to the missus for me. You go skirt chasing, I take care of the kids. Some husband.
Dinner's on me.
Better be home cooking.
When's the wedding, lover boy?
Well, don't worry, none of you are invited.
We're still going.
You serious? What about me?
Catch you later.
So we're now going to have a very brief section here as Hope. So you can see we have our characters Hope here, and Hope and Vanille. Indeed, we'll get more used to these characters in the next chapter, but we've got this very, very brief section where all you have to do is go up there. But you can talk to the various people here. If it wasn't clear from the from the cutscene, they were talking about essentially the remaining groups of Nora. So I'm just talking to see what Godot has to say, if he's got anything else to say. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so obviously the members of Nora, so Godot, Lebro, Huge, and Mackie, they all have their own sort of little bits to say. So as you can see, this is Mackie, just here.
Can I get through this?
You can get through this. What else do you have to say?
Fighting to us.
Fighting to us, and
Oh man, we're toast.
so yeah. Essentially, the remaining members of Nora are obviously here to look after all of the kids, all the people who didn't want to fight.
Keep calm.
Everyone who didn't want to fight.
No one's getting burned.
And obviously, Hope, sorry,
Going down without a fight. Give the army a chance to reload.
obviously Snow knows that he's got to be looking after for someone, and he also knows that the person who died, the woman who lost the grip on, was a mum, so he assumes that he means her child, so he obviously is checking here on the kids to make sure that everyone here is accounted for. And indeed they are, which is good news for him. Because obviously, Hope is the one he should be worried about, but a fair amount of this game actually revolves around him not knowing that.
Stay focused or we're done for.
So this is just Lebro, we'll see what she has to say.
Kids are okay.
Kids are okay.
See if you can help with the wounded.
See if you can help the wounded, and
Too bad. We're closing in.
it's bad they're closing in.
Split up and find a way out.
Okay, but now what we can do is, all we got to do is get to here, and this will be the end of the episode with this cutscene.
You okay?
I want to tell him. It's just that.
Say, you know how to fly this?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Uh,
In we go. That way.
If we go in there, that thing could. It could make us Lassie. This is. I don't think I can.
We can do it.
What are you two doing?
Here we go!
Uh-oh. Get back here! You hear me? Hey!
The pulse fell sea. It held our future and our fate.
So there we have it, the end of the chapter, as we have our three groups in Lightning and Saz, Hope and Vanille and Snow all converging on the Pulse Foul Sea. In the next episode, we'll certainly, in the next episode we will follow on from this little section, and I believe that is the end of chapter 1, so we should definitely get a trophy if we'll just run on, because I want to make sure I get the trophy.
Guess it's just us.
What did you expect? Even soldiers know not to go near the foul sea. You become a pulseless sea, and you're finished.
What do you mean, finished?
Haven't you heard, Miss...
Vanille.
Huh?
My name. And yours?
Hope. Thank you. What were we thinking?
Well, since we're here, let's look around. Check this out.
Hey! Vanille, where are you?
Well,
That's,
So it looks like we'll just have to finish off this little battle, as we certainly get the first illustration of Vanille and her rather bubbly characteristics. If you're wondering why Vanille has 3 ATP bars, that becomes evident later on. But obviously it makes everything much helpful, because she can attack 3 times. But as you can see, Hope has his rather random boomerang. Just randomly pulls a boomerang out of nowhere, and Vanille has this new weapon.
okay. Back to exploring.
So there we go, the end of chapter 1, the start of chapter 2.
better stay close.
I thought we'd get a trophy for completing chapter 1, but it looks like we actually don't. It looks like we only get a trophy for completing the first... Oh no, there we go, Instrument of Descent. So that's our second trophy, which is really good. We started off this chapter, and in the next episode we will continue to make our way through chapter 2 here in the Pulse Vestige. So what I'm probably going to do is I'll probably read through a lot of the data log entries in the meantime. The reason I want to do that is just because in doing so, reading all the data log entries, I'll hopefully be able to sort of give you a rundown of anything that's maybe come up that isn't totally clear in the story, because from what I can tell, a lot of people don't fully understand what's going on in the story, and occasionally, I don't know whether that's the case. So I just want to, and I always feel, I think it's a great story. No, I know a lot of people dislike it, but I think it's a great story, and I want to give you as much information about that as possible. So I'll be sure to do that. But yeah, no, I should probably stop yabbering on here. So we're going to leave it here at the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. We are 2 episodes in. We have 2 lives. It's going pretty well. So I hope to see you on the next episode.